A peaceful Laotian village nestled in the lush green hills, with traditional wooden homes surrounded by rice fields. The village has a sense of calm, though the distant rumble of war looms in the background. Suda, a young Laotian woman, stands by her family's barrel-making workshop, gazing into the horizon, dreaming of a better life. Chai, Suda's childhood friend, is seen working hard in the family's barrel-making workshop. His rugged hands skillfully shape a large wooden barrel, his expression focused but occasionally softens as he glances at Suda. He is dressed in simple, earthy-toned clothes, reflecting his humble, hard-working nature. Sunlight filters through the wooden beams of the workshop, casting warm shadows as Chai works diligently. His feelings for Suda remain unspoken, but the depth of his love is visible in the way he watches over her quietly, always by her side. The peaceful day in the village is interrupted by the arrival of Captain Kosal, a dashing and mysterious officer dressed in a military uniform. He steps off his horse in front of the barrel-making workshop, his piercing eyes scanning the surroundings. Suda, intrigued by his appearance, watches from a distance as he greets the villagers with confidence. The villagers, including Chai, exchange glances as Kosal's presence brings an air of both charm and tension to the quiet village. Inside the bustling village, Captain Kosal approaches Suda with a confident smile. He requests a large, custom-made barrel from her family's workshop, hinting that it is for important military purposes. Suda, intrigued by the mysterious officer, agrees to take the order, though she feels a sense of unease. As Kosal hands her the payment, Chai watches from the shadows of the workshop, his heart heavy with concern, sensing that Kosal's presence will bring trouble. As dusk falls over the village, Suda sits by a softly glowing lantern in her family's workshop, contemplating her growing feelings for Captain Kosal. The warm light flickers against the wooden walls, casting soft shadows as Suda holds a small trinket Kosal gave her, a simple gesture that has stirred her emotions. Outside, Chai watches her through the workshop window, his heart heavy as he struggles with his unspoken love and the threat he senses in Kosal's intentions. Captain Kosal, now a more frequent visitor to the village, sits with Suda by the riverbank under the soft light of the moon. The quiet sounds of the flowing river and chirping crickets fill the night air as Kosal speaks of his ambitions, his charm captivating Suda even more. Chai watches from afar, hidden in the shadows of the nearby trees, his heart aching as he realizes Suda is slipping further away from him. The tension between the three characters builds as the night deepens. Chai watching from a distance as Suda and Kosal share a conversation. The village is bathed in the golden light of late afternoon. Chai's face reflects the pain of seeing Suda drawn toward the enigmatic officer, his hands clenched into fists by his side. The tension in the village grows as Chai starts to uncover suspicious activity surrounding Captain Kosal. Late one night, Chai sneaks into the barrel-making workshop, searching for clues to Kosal's hidden agenda. The dim lantern light casts long shadows across the wooden walls as Chai sifts through documents and tools, his face set with determination. The sound of footsteps outside makes him freeze, knowing he may be running out of time to expose the truth. The village begins to sense danger. A convoy of soldiers passes through, and tension fills the air. The villagers whisper about enemy spies and hidden threats, while Kosal's presence in the village becomes increasingly suspicious. Suda sneaks into Captain Kosal's quarters one evening, searching for answers. The scene is filled with tension as she finds hidden documents revealing Kosal's double life, his dealings with enemy forces, and plans for smuggling military secrets through her family's barrels. A tense argument between Suda and Kosal in the dimly lit workshop. Shadows dance on the walls as Kosal reveals his true intentions, confessing his love for Suda but also his role in the conflict. Suda's face is torn between love and betrayal. Suda, clutching the incriminating documents tightly, makes her way through the dark, narrow alleyways of the village. The moonlight barely illuminates her path as she carefully avoids the guards patrolling the streets. Her heart races with fear and determination as she glances over her shoulder, knowing that being caught would mean certain death. The tension builds as shadows of nearby buildings loom over her, adding to the suspense of the moment. The battle near the village intensifies. Explosions and gunfire fill the night sky, while villagers take refuge. Suda and Chai, along with others, Prepare for the worst as enemy forces edge closer. The jungle surrounding the village becomes a place of both sanctuary and fear. Osul escapes into the jungle after his confrontation with Chai, wounded and desperate. He looks back at the village one last time, knowing that his betrayal has cost him everything. The jungle's dense foliage swallows him up as he disappears into the night. Suda sitting by the river after the battle, reflecting on her choices. The soft morning light filters through the trees, casting a peaceful glow on the water. Her face shows the weight of the decisions she made, torn between two men and the war that disrupted their lives. As dawn breaks, the village begins to recover from the battle. The villagers emerge from their shelters, helping each other rebuild their homes and lives. Chai, wounded but determined, works alongside the villagers, bandaging his injuries while supporting his neighbors. The aftermath of the battle is visible, but the spirit of the village remains strong. Suda watches from a distance, her heart heavy as she contemplates the losses and the choices she must now make. A quiet moment between Suda and Chai, as they sit by the remnants of the barrel-making workshop. Chai, his face showing the scars of battle, gently holds Suda's hand, offering comfort. The sun sets behind them, casting a warm glow on the damaged workshop. Suda, her eyes filled with gratitude and regret, leans on Chai for support, realizing that despite everything, he has always been by her side. In the midst of the village's recovery, Suda discovers an old letter hidden in one of the barrels, written by Kosal before his betrayal. The letter speaks of his internal conflict and his love for her. Suda's hands tremble as she reads the words, her emotions swirling between anger, sadness, and confusion. The light from the window illuminates her face as she stands in the quiet workshop, the letter clutched tightly in her hands. The village holds a small ceremony to honor those lost in the battle. Villagers gather near the river bank, lighting small candles and releasing them onto the water. Suda and Chai stand side by side, their faces reflecting the soft glow of the candles floating downstream. The peaceful scene contrasts the chaos of war, and a sense of quiet closure begins to settle over the village. In the final scene, Suda walks along a path leading out of the village, the sun setting behind the hills. She looks back one last time at the place where she grew up, the memories of the war, love, and loss still fresh in her mind. Chai watches from the distance, giving her the space to make her final decision. With a deep breath, Suda turns and continues down the path, her future uncertain but filled with the strength she gained through her journey. On a lonely road near the border, Captain Kosal meets his end. Shot by unknown people, he lies motionless on the ground, dressed in dark, muted clothing. The bushy surroundings add to the eerie atmosphere as shadows cast by the trees stretch across the scene. Blood pools beneath him as the evening light fades, leaving only the quiet aftermath of justice served.